Hi everybody, we're looking at question 6. A wedding planner uses 72 ivy stems for 18 centerpieces. When she arrives at the venue, she realizes she will only need 16 centerpieces. How many ivy stems should she use so that the ratio of ivy stems to centerpieces stays the same? All right, so again, we realize that proportional reasoning is going to be our best bet for this type of question. So let's get our proportions set up. We'd put an equal sign in our two fraction bars, and let's try to identify what those labels are going to be. So they're talking about ivy stems, and they're talking about centerpieces. So I'm just going to put IS for ivy stems, and let's put C for centerpieces. And the numbers that they give us are 72 ivy stems for 18 centerpieces. All right, so that ratio is inner proportion. Beautiful. All right, now we have to decide where we're going to put this number, this 16. And the answer to the question, where should we put it? We really need to pay close attention to the label after the number. So this is 16 centerpieces, which means we're going to put it on the bottom because the way we have this set up, we have centerpieces on the bottom. So we'll put the 16 on the bottom. And we're trying to figure out, it says how many ivy stems. So we'll use the letter I as our variable to hold our place. Now, these numbers right now are not compatible. I can't think of something that you can divide, at least in my head, to get 16, right? So when that happens, and you want to explore the idea of simplifying this ratio, look for common factors to come up with more user-friendly numbers. So have you thought of like the number 9, for example? If we do this divided by 9, that's going to give us 2. And if we do this divided by 9, that's going to give us 8. All right, now we're looking at a much more user-friendly ratio. In fact, 2 is compatible with 16. Now, we can also simplify this even further if you wanted to. We can divide again. We can divide by 2. So if we divide this by 2, we're going to get 1. And if we divide this by 2, we're going to get 4. Now, another option that we have is you may not have known this, but 18 is actually a factor of 72. So what we could have done, instead of doing what I call the baby steps, is we could have just simply divided by 18 and gotten 4, divide this by 18 and get 1. That's an option, but sometimes people don't recognize things that they don't realize that 18 goes into 72 and they miss that. All right, so really what are we looking at here? If we clean this up, we're looking at a 4-to-1 ratio. So let's clean it up a little bit. You don't have to do that. You're okay with just crossing things out, but it's a 4-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to tidy it up because sometimes people get confused. 4-to-1. All right, now since 1 is compatible with 16, then we can use that approach of just going right across and saying to ourselves, 1 times what is 16? Of course, the answer would be 16. So the only thing left you have to do is find what this times this is to get how many of the ivy stems that she would need. So just finish up by doing 16 times 4, and you'll be all set with the answer. And you'll see the answer right over here. All right, good luck finishing that up.